This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to analyze the Iroquois Stakes at Churchill Downs on Saturday, September 13th, and it goes as the 8th race. The Grade 3 $300,000 Iroquois for 2-year-olds, 1 mile around one turn on the main track. Scheduled post time is 4:26 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the first Kentucky Derby 2026 points race, and I do these points race videos on the Road to the Oaks and Derby each year. And for the Road to the Oaks last year, I went 15 for 30, and I put my Pocahontas Stakes video on yesterday. And now I'm going to be doing the Iroquois Stakes on the Road to the Derby. And on the Road to the Derby last year, I had 11 top choice winners from 35 points races with 7 runner-up finishes and 3 show finishes, and showing a positive return on investment for my top choices as well. And in this video, I'm going to give out my contenders from last to first. And the horse that I picked to finish 10th in here is the 2 Sometime. And Sometime is 15-1 morning line, won the debut in a dead heat, and then the top 2 were more than 10 lengths clear of the rest. That was 5.5 furlongs at Colonial Downs on July 25th, 5-1 that day. And then this horse was 3-1 in the second career start, a 5.5 furlong turf stakes race at Colonial Downs. And in that race, ended up finishing an even 3rd in a 5-horse field. Just missed second by a neck. Not a bad effort. And now this one's going to move back to the main track and stretch out in distance. They paid $27,000 for this son of Take Charge Indy, and probably will impact the pace, but we'll see how far he wants to run, and he's going to have to run faster as well. The horse that I picked to finish 9th in here is a maiden, and that's number 10. And that is Maximus Prime. And this one is 12-1 morning line with Luis Saez aboard. First 2 career starts at Keeneland, that was in April, finished second, rallying from off the pace. And then second time out at Churchill in the Kentucky Juvenile Stakes, rallied to miss by a half length. Third lifetime start, came off a little bit of a layoff, maiden special weight event, a 1-mile race at Ellis Park, ended up finishing 4th in a 10-horse field. Going to have to overcome the outside post in here. He'll try to get involved late in his second start after a layoff. But as I said, he's still a maiden, and he's going to have to run faster. The horse that I picked to finish 8th, that will be number 3. And number 3 in here is No More Sense, one of 2 runners for trainer Kenny McPeek. This one is an Ohio bred, and he ran against Ohio Bred Company in his first 2 starts. They were both stakes races. And in his career debut, he won an Ohio Bred stakes race, working out a good trip, sitting in 3rd in a 7-horse field, and wearing down some tired front runners and winning by more than 2 lengths. So that was a good effort first time out. And then in his second career start, he was beaten 17 lengths, and he was defeated by the same horse that he finished in front of in his debut, Crown the Buckeye. So Crown the Buckeye was second in the debut, and then was able to turn the tables on No More Sense emphatically, defeating No More Sense by 17 lengths. And those races were 5.5 and 6 furlongs. So now he's going to stretch out to a 1-turn mile in here. He's got some tactical speed. His number did drop off second time out, so he's going to have to run faster in here. The horse that I picked to finish 7th is the next Ken McPeek trainee, and that's number 4, So Special. And he's 10-1 morning line with Brian Hernandez Jr. aboard. And good jockey trainer team here. They paid $180,000 for this one, and both of his races were turf routes. And in his turf route debut, he stalked from 3rd. He ended up finishing 2nd that day, and he took money. He was 5-2. Second time out, he was the favorite, mile and a 16th at Ellis Park in a turf route maiden race. And he stalked from 3rd, and he won this race by a length. Now he's going to switch surfaces. His number did drop off a bit second time out. We know he can get the distance. We just don't know if he's going to be able to handle this surface switch. But Kenny McPeek, with horses moving from turf to dirt, 22% wins with a positive ROI. So that is at least a promising trainer stat there. The horse that I picked to finish 6th, that will be number 9 in here, and that's 9 Ball. And this one for trainer Riley Mott at 12-1 morning line. Jaime Torres is going to ride back, and he rode this one to an off-the-pace victory in the debut. And that was a good effort that day at 5-2 odds. They paid $20,000 for this son of Code of Honor. Good jockey trainer team here overall. As I said, Torres did ride this horse to victory in the debut, and he is 38% overall with trainer Riley Mott. So we'll see if he can run a little bit faster. His number was okay first time out, but he's definitely going to have to run faster in here to compete with this group. And the horse that I picked to finish 5th will go down to the inside. Number 1, Nothing Personal. This one is 8-1 morning line And for this one, he really did look good in his debut. That was at Colonial Downs at 7 furlongs. 9-horse field, he was 4-1, and he stuck the pace and he won by more than 8 lengths. So that was a good, solid effort to begin his career, and they paid $270,000 for this son of violence. And we'll see what he can do in this one-turn mile from the inside post. Sometimes these lightly raced 2-year-olds down on the inside, they get a little bit intimidated. And he did have post 4, so he was breaking from a good middle post in the debut, and now he's going to be down on the inside. And we'll see what he does in this stakes race second time out. Now we're up to my top 4, and the horse I picked to finish 4th is going to be the 6, Shake and Rattle, for trainer Keith DeSormo. And Keith DeSormo, he shows a positive return on investment in the graded stakes ranks. So we'll see if this one's going to be able to step up his game. He's run 5 times with a win and a 3rd place finish. And he was making nice progress throughout his first 3 starts at 5 furlongs, 5 furlongs, and 5.5 furlongs at Churchill. And in that 5.5 furlong race, he did chase from second and win by a nose there. And the runner-up was a next out winner. This one in the Ellis Park Juvenile. That was on August 10th at 7 furlongs. And the pace wasn't fast that day. 22 and 4, 46. But looking at the pace ratings, they were below par pace ratings. So the horses that were up on the pace were setting comfortable fractions. And they did keep on going that day. And Shake and Rattle ended up bobbling at the start. He was last, and then he ended up finishing 4th in that 5-horse field. Last time it was a turf sprint at Kentucky Downs, $250,000 allowance race with their big purses there. And he ended up finishing 5th in a 7-horse field from the inside post. 3rd start after a short layoff, moving back to the main track. This one-turn mile, as I said, the trainer has good stats, or at least with long shots in stakes races. So I think this Keith DeSormo trainee maybe can hit the board in here. And James Graham, got to know him last time. He's 2 for 10 with this barn recently, showing a positive ROI. Now the top 3 contenders. And the horse I picked to finish 3rd is the 5, Spice Runner. And he could be the one to catch in here. Steve Asmussen, Jose Ortiz. Very good jockey trainer team, 41% together. And Ortiz was aboard for the debut victory for this one. And when he was the heavy favorite, and he was able to press the pace from 3rd from the outside post in a 5-horse field and win by more than 2 lengths. Second time out in the Bashford Manor, they put blinkers on, and he got involved early, but then he weakened. He was 5th, beaten 13 lengths. Now, Comport was 2nd that day. He's the morning line favorite in this race, and Spice Runner would meet Comport again last time out in the Ellis Park Juvenile. And I mentioned that the pace was very controlled that day, and the top 2, Spice Runner and Comport, ran 1-2 all the way around, with Spice Runner setting that pressured pace, Comport always traveling well and winning that race by 2 lengths, and Spice Runner was more than 6 lengths clear of the rest. So reconnecting with his winning rider, and I like the distance progression from 5 furlongs to 6 furlongs to 7 furlongs to now a one-turn mile. I think his best chance is to get out there and try to control the pace on the front end. My second choice is the 7, Comport, and he is your 6-5 morning line favorite, most likely winner on paper. But he's not going to offer a lot of value. Tyler Gaffalione will stick aboard, and he rode him last time, and Eddie Keneally is the trainer here. This is a son of Collected, and they paid $135,000 for this one, and he won his career debut at 6-1 odds at Churchill Downs, chasing from second, winning nicely by more than 2 lengths. He pressed the pace in the Bashford Manor, and he was clearly second best, more than 7 lengths clear of the show finisher, and then in that Ellis Park Juvenile, pressed from second, wore down Spice Runner, and won by 2 lengths. Again, another horse with good distance progression, 5.5 furlongs to 6 furlongs to 7 furlongs to a one-turn mile. He's the most likely winner on paper. And for my value top choice, I'm going to go with the 8, Vost. He's 12-1 morning line. Now, I like this barn. That's one of the reasons that I'm picking this one. The William Walden barn, 120 starters this year, 26% wins with a positive return on investment. And in the graded stakes ranks, Walden shows a positive ROI with 9% wins. And then maiden winners trying winners for the first time. Another good stat for Walden, 18% wins, positive ROI. And Florent Giroux is going to ride back. And I like the debut. And I mentioned that horses from the inside post that are 2-year-olds, lightly raced, they typically get intimidated from those inside posts. And this one from the inside post did break 11th and last in his debut. And he had some trouble after that. He had to weave his way through traffic, rally wide, was a nice debut effort, winning by more than 2 lengths. Now, his speed rating was a little bit light, but visually he looked really good. I mentioned from that inside post too, it's tough to overcome stuff, so it's good to see that this one was able to overcome some things and win his debut for a good barn. And for Jarrod riding back, I think that they would like to have him not as far back this time. They would like to see him have a good start, and I would like to see that as well. You don't want to make mistakes when you're stepping up in class and facing better company. So we'll see if this one has a forward move in him. The Dam was a stakes winner. Instagram is the sire, and we'll see if he can get this 1 turn mile, step up, and maybe upset the field in his second career start. Because I think once you get past the favorite in here, Comport, it's kind of wide open, and I think Vost, coming from a good barn, I think he's got a decent shot in here at a price. So Vost will be my top choice in this first Kentucky Derby 2026 points race, the Iroquois Stakes at Churchill Downs on Saturday, September 13th. Don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. I do these Oaks and Derby videos each year. As I said, I already posted the Pocahontas Stakes. Now I have the Iroquois Stakes. I'm going to be doing the Woodbine Mile for my next video this week. And then I'm going to be having a Today's Racing Digest video series. Will continue with a look at their comprehensive performance ratings. So those are some of the videos I have planned later this week. I'm going to be doing some Breeders' Cup prep races from Santa Anita, Keeneland, Aqueduct, and some other tracks in the coming weeks. If you're interested in my full card analysis, I'm going to be doing full cards from Santa Anita each day that they run for their autumn meet, September 26th to October 26th. For the Del Mar fall meet, October 30th through November 30th, I'm going to be covering those full cards each day, including both Breeders' Cup days on October 31st and November 1st. I do those annual 2-day Breeders' Cup full cards each year, and I've had a lot of success in the Breeders' Cup over the years. And I want to thank everybody for watching my videos and supporting my work. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.